So, hello everybody. How y'all doing up here on Instagram and YouTube? You know what I'm saying? How y'all doing? So, I'm coming up here because also to go into more Q&A type of platform for a little bit. Trying to get some of these out a little bit real quick. So what I'm coming up in here about is a little bit of Q&A on natal chart readings in the way that I do them, okay? So, for entertainment and marketing purposes only, okay? This is usually the place where I go through online. This is usually how the format kind of come out. It says this. So for this marketing and entertainment for the reading, if you could see right there how I did it, you know the person name is they, okay, and this is where they born at. This is the day and the time. I did time because time is for people who want to deal with your houses. You need to know at least close to the roundabout time of the time you was born. At least day or night would be kind of good to hit down. And sometimes when people don't know, they like to go from a day and night perspective. So a lot of my prices is based on all of those types of energies that could be produced out of there. So that's for first and foremost why it's like that. So I wanted to show, okay, I wanted to show that because of more marketing purposes. As you see, I got a layout going on right there. I haven't stepped back over there, but I'm about to. I wanted to be kind of up close to make sure that some of the information that I wanted to show would be published. So the next part that I'm about to show is the part that I kind of concentrate on the most. This is the part that I concentrate the most on. Okay, this like the second page that usually come out where I go to in the natal reading. I really don't read all the other description. There's another part, and that's only needed, you know, that's the aspects of it. The aspects in the fortune series, Juno, and all of that. That is more. That's another part. Another thing. This is you know, paper supplies is also included in the price. You know, because I like, you know, when people come in person, sometimes they come in with this already printed out, or sometimes they're going to get it printed out here for my personal people, and it usually consists of a lot of pages because we cover on certain areas, and if they don't want to go into the life coaching or learning a little bit more, they just pay session by session. So they try to teach their own self on how, and they still use what the computer spit out and what we engage in as, I apologize about that, y'all. Well, you don't really need to study it. So that's why I was waving away. Engage in, okay? And, you know, so this, you know, I love it. It's a neat aspect because this is like more or less going by what was the stationary positions compared to your houses and zodiac and the planets, all three of them together. This is a real, you know, transit aspect of it at the time. But, you know, like the moon goes into every zodiac 2.5 days. This is kind of like a format underneath for there. Okay. Oh, sorry again. I gotta be looking in the camera. So I was trying to say that this block right here is like the format of how whoever this person is. You know, I wanted to get something to be a good example. Whoever this person, whoever they are. Okay. So this is like compared to your houses and the zodiac sun signs and how the zodiac rules the houses and where the planets were stationed at. This chart is kind of related right there. Okay. I probably went off track again. Hopefully I didn't. I gotta do good at this. I need to stay looking in the camera. So okay, so this is like all the planets as far as like the sun, lining it up. You know, just astrological basis. You know, all of them astrological, but this is just like the basic format, you know, consisting of your sun sign. And then, you know, the time frame far as the minutes and the seconds go. Okay, this one, is this degrees? Okay, this got the degrees and the degrees and the hours around that time. Okay, my bad, sorry. Whew, I'm a little bit nervous on doing this, so it might be coming all out. So, okay, the bottom one is your houses, and this right here is basically representing the system that I'm in. There's more than one system. Depending on the client, we will discuss the system, but this is the basic system, the traditional system that majority of people use is this system right here, okay? So I wanted to show all of that real quick. All right. So usually, you know, if you want to record it of it, you know, before let me back up. So what I'm about to say, I need to release this disclaimer. You know, I was doing clients without really talking to you. We just going through email. You sending me your information and then going out there. Well, you know, with me doing this video, this is a little bit of my nervousness. I realized if I could do something this random and marketing and advertising person, well, somebody sending me an email, you could do the same thing. This is normally why in the beginning I was sitting here saying I prefer to hear somebody's voices because of these feelings. And when you go and you see that I have a right to not perform the services, well, this is something that would get people denied. Because I don't want to go through an energetic flux, or because somebody else is doing more than what they're doing and I'm not, and I'm being lack of responsible as that person is maybe be lack of responsibility of being truthful too. So it's two lacks of responsibility, and you know, it comes to sometimes a spiritual battle, especially on a conscious awareness of whoever is the wrong one. So I try not to put myself in a situation where I have to take responsibility for a spiritual battle that shouldn't be necessary, because you should be more focused on yourself or ask somebody that permission. You know, providing these services and using technology, we're supposed to develop or continue developing as humans some kind of trustworthy system. So, you know, it's a little fragile far as me, but in the past I have done it. So just to re-innovate it, you know, I say for people who come to see it and I've done yours in the past, okay, you would be an exception. I will continue maybe to do yours as long as you're not switching up anything. But as far as from this point on September the 7th, 2019, you're going to have to, I can record the video, but you literally going to have to make initial phone call of, you know, a human connection. And the rest of it at that point in time, then I can do. If you don't want to stay on the phone with me, then I don't have no problem still going through the same format. You feel what I'm saying? But I want to have that human connection first. So, and I feel like that makes, I mean, accuracy really doesn't have nothing to do with it. It just covers the area of spiritual responsibility on both halves. It's like a binding contract that we're going to have with you giving me permission to access your Akash records, and the deities that I work with is accepting that you didn't give me consent to do it. That's kind of like the spiritual communication, since, you know, the digital platform has a way to be untrustworthy. So to keep things that I experienced in the 3D kind of organized, this is the reason why for it. So, you know, no other than that, I don't have no problem doing it after the initial communication that you as a human. Okay? So before I get to run out of this time, I'm going to slide behind the desk to give a little bit more of a preview before this time is up for Instagram. Okay? So like I was showing you all of that So I'm going to take this into a twin flame reading. It's certain, I'm pulling out the Capricorn and Sagittarius energy that's up in here. Okay, I'm pulling out the night. I'm focusing on, okay, what Capricorn goes at. Okay, focus on Capricorn zodiac sign. These two zodiac signs are the primary, but they have planetary information that really counts, as I showed in the chart. You might could go back and review and see where those spots is at. I'm also dealing with Sagittarius, where Sagittarius is being, what Capricorn is being connected with the moon, the sun, and the 9th house. Sagittarius is going to be connected with the 7th house, Uranus, and Saturn. Then I have Neptune out here, which is the head communicator. And this is going to be the theme for the reading right here. Okay? This White Duchess. So, if you're a little bit more interested, I'm going to go through the whole process and post it up on YouTube. I'll put a link down here for y'all on Instagram so y'all can come and check it out. But, you know, I'm going to kind of, you know, go more deeper. If you're wondering why these soul cards is up here, they mirror distraction, because I wanted this platform, this reading platform that I'm doing it in, to draw in the energy of day. So these soul cards just represent day. I'm not really going to talk about them no more than what I have done. The cards that the planetary positions and those zodiac signs and these themes is what I'm going to talk about and explain why I picked these cards, and try to break down how natal chart readings work when it comes to me. Okay? So I'd love for y'all to be over there to look at the whole thing. Alright? Thank you guys. Until the next time, stay positive and be safe. Okay. So I'm going to try this again, right? I'm not quite sure where I left off at, but hopefully I do hit it right. I mean, I saw what happened, but for some reason, yeah, I was told that I couldn't record no more. So let me go ahead back into where I was at, and you know, everything working right now. So till why it's working. So I'm going to go ahead, like I was about to proceed, to read White Duchess. Like, you know, I already kind of explained my rhyme and reason behind it. So let's go ahead into it. Okay. So, this is how Neptune, for, you know, this marketing purpose, is feeling about this twin flame dynamic. Okay? Don't look to what has been to find your destiny. Your future is bright and blessed. If the pain of the past feels a little too close for comfort, White Duchess steps in to help you leave behind the emotional storms of your past and move into your protection. A time of transition is upon you, and soon your feet shall settle upon sacred ground, and claim shall prevail inside and out. The White Duchess comes to you with clear guidance. Don't look back. Let the past be put to rest. Whatever has haunted your dreams, whatever has caused turmoil, is over. It is not needed anymore. There is a future destiny calling to you now. It is a time to transition through into a new world, into your new life. The White Duchess appears when you are in the midst of significant life transitions. You may be aware of this, or it may come as a surprise to you. But her appearance indicates that it's a time to let go of the past, even if that seems going through a phase of not really knowing who you are or where you're headed. She will guide you through the transition towards a future completely free from past influences, unfluttered by issues that trap you in times gone by. She wipes clean all past contaminants and helps you start afresh. A new life, a new person, a new chance at the life of your dreams. Trust her and believe in the positive power of your future. I think the most part that I like about it is the way that White Duchess did come out, and with this Neptune card, there's a feminine energy that's up here. Normally Neptune is seen as a masculine figure, but this card has a feminine energy up here. So in it is what I'm saying is, like, for my client is, you know, it might make my client or this person feel pretty good. Yeah, I am at a crossroad. So maybe at this point in time, this you coming was kind of like, okay, this is the time. You do need to know. And it also, for me, because of the way that I selected Neptune to be the center person, White Duchess also gives me confirmation this is also into your twin flame. This is into a destiny line. Okay? But it's an energy that maybe been a struggle for you. Okay? For them. Rather. Them. I'm going to try to swing up in that. Them. For them. Whoever is energized by this energy during this time. Okay? They probably done had life struggles. So now, because this person came to me, and I would also be like, you know, because depending on how, you know, how, if we communicate on the phone and you ask those questions and I pull up your natal chart and we do all of that, I will answer these questions. That's what I'm kind of letting you know according to, you know, it's a price, but you need to give me the questions. And from that, I meditate on those to ask the universe which ones in this natal reading, which ones can we get accomplished. Even when somebody is talking to me, I'm in a meditative state. So I'm still asking them in a silent mode, even though my client might not hear me communicating. Okay? Because it's opening up a mediumship line. All right? For me, as a reader, as a intuitive reader, as a psychic, as a spiritual guide, okay? So that's how I function, okay? So, like I was telling you, I chose Capricorn. Now, the next thing about it, you might be trying to figure out, okay, on this person's chart, the moon is here, but it got, their moon sign is Aquarius. But I have it coupled with Capricorn. The reason why is because their moon was in the 9th house at that point in time. Even though Aquarius is showing up on their chart, their 9th house was there, where Capricorn is sitting in their 9th house. Okay? Capricorn is sitting right there. So this means that this another reason, you know, connecting as how I connect my dots. Okay? So that's why I have the moon that's here. So that gives Capricorn the strength to be able to communicate these messages for me also. Okay? And because they're in the 9th house, okay, of, you know, the house of death and transformation. And being that Neptune seems to, I channel Neptune, I decided to connect as me. I decided for this client to connect under Neptune. Well, the 9th house helps that connection goes out for me. Okay? Because even though Neptune was in the 8th house, all right, the 8th house also has Sagittarius for this person right here. Okay? So it's also part of the death and transformation. And since this person also has, well, in their 8th house, I apologize, in their 8th house is Sagittarius. I'm saying it wrong. I meant to say Neptune is in their 8th house. This is why I chose it. The house of death and transformation. Okay? Because, you know, I feel like this, like I said, Neptune is the best person because it knows about, I feel like Neptune will hold more knowledge in this house without going all the way into their 12th house, just to ask, what do the spirit guides want to know? I mean, what for this person coming to ask, what do the spirit guides want them to know about their twin flame? So I'm choosing one of the big boy bodies for these specific reasons, because like I said, Neptune, according to this person regular chart, Neptune had their Capricorn placement is also with Neptune, which is their sun sign too, and their Mercury. But to get to the heart of the matter, their moon is also a air energy, which is similar to Mercury, which I brought in because it's in the ninth house. I chose that. Okay, so on the Sagittarius side of it, I'm running everything together. So on the Sagittarius side of it, Saturn and Uranus, which is the two planets that's here where Sagittarius just seem to be sitting at. So Saturn deals with, I chose Saturn for the bond and the connection, and the Uranus for the wisdom that's up inside of here. Okay. And being that I noticed that inside of the houses, well, it's in your 7th house where your marriage is at too. Okay. So if this is a twin flame dynamic, at least we might be able to go into the past life of the situation. You might even be attracted to a Sagittarius right now. It's not to say it's not true. Okay? Or you could be with Aquarius. Or you could be with another Capricorn. Okay? So right here in the 7th and the 8th. So 8th house, being that Sagittarius was there, that's another reason what brought Neptune to be the best person to bring up. Okay, so and your MC is Aquarius, so that's even good to tie in everything with the moon over there too. All right, so so this is the, and I come out and I explain this to people on the reason when it comes to the questions. So to make this fun, all right, now I'm getting into it. To make this fun, I gave, the Capricorn section, I was like, okay, what is the Capricorn? I pull these cards and I'm having fun. So what would a Capricorn be actually? And this is just to help me stay in a day mode too. So we got the Fool card, we got the Queen of Swords, and we got the 7 of Wands. So basically right here with your sun and your moon and your 9th house, this is where you how can I say it? It's where it's a little bit, this energy comes in and your characteristic traits of seeing this for believing. The reason why some things might seem like people feel like you're going the hard way, you're trying to do things the wrong way, or anything of that nature. That's kind of like with a Fool card and all of them and the Queen of Swords. It also give you your attitude of, don't mess with me, leave me alone type feeling that you can give to people, how you could be defensive, how you could be in your survival mode. It kind of got all that energy right there, okay? So over here, Sagittarius came out with the 3 of Wands, the 5 of Cups, and the Moon card. Okay, so it seemed like the Sagittarius energy over here, when it's speaking for it, you know what I'm saying, is Sagittarius is dealing with more of your regrets, more of what you refuse to accept at times, your stubbornness, your truest, deepest, darkest secrets, your real, true pain. Okay. So now to just be flashy, okay, because I don't know them. So I'm just being flashy, okay, with it. And I'm going to go in from an indirect line point of view with Neptune to kind of give people what you still a little bit more kind of a real experience of how it would go, getting into a little bit deeper of how you're going to pull out this twin flame information. Okay? So now we're going to go back, after I done brought down these 3 cards, we're going to go back to the beginning. So what I'm saying is, on a Capricorn, I chose them the right way, because Capricorn is talking the way that I want to. So Capricorn is going to be focused a little bit more on you. The Sagittarius is going to be focused more like on the external aspect of it. So there's going to be like more where your twin flame, real truest heart things is going to come from. Okay? Now, going back to Neptune. Okay? Let's channel in a little bit. Okay, and let's assume they're in this 7th house. We're gonna go in from the 7th house, right? We'll go in from the 7th house first, which is having like a shadow card. Okay, this is so sweet. Did I show y'all the 3 of Wands and all of that? I don't know if people wanted to see them. Did I show them to you? The 3 of Wands, the Moon card, 5 of Cups. They might come out where you can see them pretty good. Might not. But there they go. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Now, at the bottom is even good for, this play role example. Because what's here? The 3 of Cups. Each zodiac sign got a 3 cups. 3 things attached to it. The main facilitators is 3. Neptune, Sagittarius, and Capricorn. This is very beautiful with the 3 of Cups. Okay? So, let's get into it for a second. Okay, we're going to see what's going on. Let's go into this. Let's go. I'm going to use my Romance Tarot deck. Okay. Alright. Apologize about all these interruptions. But it's kind of fun. I just want to have a little bit of fun, open house fun with it. I want to get a part, at least get one of my ports out. So I'm going to go into the 7th house, like I was trying to say. Okay. I'm going to use my Romance Tarot. Okay, for this demonstration here. Okay, so, universe, Neptune. Hey, Neptune. Hey, White Duchess. So, I got the 7th house here for this client on January 1st, 1987, 14, 15. Okay. For them on this moment, whoever, however. Can you talk about a little bit about what this person needs to know about their twin flame situation as it relates to the 7th house? Are those the only 2 cards here? More? Okay. Let's get the clarifying messages with it. The Emperor. What about it? Let me get some more clarifying messages here. Okay. A couple more cards. Alright. A couple more cards. Alright. So I'm going to stop right there for now. So underneath of that, we got the number 15. Okay. Not only that, don't forget this card is a number 15 too. So what am I trying to say about these 15s? 1, 15 usually resonate with the devil. But this person up here is not designed in the devil. They came up with a masquerade. Okay. They are in the spotlight, and there's some information. With the mask being on the face, and with the spotlight shining, intuitively, it could just be representing the fact of this information. Are you ready for it? Okay. It could even illuminate the fact of what I'm doing right now and doing it for marketing purposes. So there's a mask, there's a veil here, there's some hidden information that might not come out, but there's some information that is going to be broadcast. Why? Because of the way that I'm staging it. Now, ironically, underneath of that one is the Queen of Swords. I just want to bring that out because the Queen of Swords was over here with Capricorn. And I'm saying that because the Star card came out and we got Sagittarius. So those are the reasons I'm trying to bring it out. Okay? And bringing out the positions of where it's coming from. So Sagittarius, you know, is in your 7th house. Okay? So one thing about it, in this dynamic with the Strength card that's coming here, there's some strong marriages. Okay? There could even be some strong twin flame connections with the card that's out here. It could also represent that maybe with the Strength card that, well, hold on. With the number, let me, it's coming in a different way. With the number 8 being represented up here, okay, these two cards could actually be the Sagittarius energy representing the 7th house and your 8th house, but focusing more on, because the 17 totals to another 8. So this is more like in your 8th house. This is death and transformation that could be coming. Now, this is, you know, and I'm saying this because no matter, you know, different ways, different messages come out for different clients. This is a day reading. So being that there is a day reading, I'm reading in different ways. So being that I'm focused on the 7th house, this is telling me that right now the 8th house is still coming out. So your twin flame dynamic is for definitely sure is something that maybe had an ending that had 2 different disagreements for some people in their twins. Meaning, for example, in a past life relationship, maybe one person, like I said before, and I gave the example before, people could have passed away. Now, just because when you, how can I say it? When a spiritual awareness kind of comes into a position of pure energy, okay, the conversation, the dynamic, the perception is all different. It's a way of letting you know that this external reality has shifted in perceptual view. So you're having a conversation, you know, say Neptune is the person you conversated with. This is the planet that you actually conversated with, was the Neptune. Okay, because I'm using Neptune as a signifier here. So I want to keep Neptune up here. So Neptune is here. Okay, so you up there, you and Neptune. You like, wow. So okay, so everything that the books told me back then won't all false, but you don't look the same, but it won't all totally false. So what's up now? And you having this type of conversation in this new environment. And you talking about your life like you're going through a therapy section. You're coming across your twin flame situation, a person that in that past life that you was with. They're not with you right now. You know that they're not with you. Your whole perception is different. But you is so willing and so free-flowing of admitting how you truly felt in that relationship. And you had requests. don't mean that those requests was necessarily getting granted as much as they was getting evaluated. As much as you just going through the transition, you know, that's what transit, a little bit of the transit energy means when it comes to that top chart that I was showing you in placements, okay? And being able to, for me to be able to interpret. So this is just your transit energy that I'm tapping into, okay? So now to go deeper, okay, because I done brought those cards out. So now we're going to go in deeper. So we got a number 4. So we got half of the situation. We got half of the 8. Okay? But it's coming up as an Emperor. It doesn't necessarily mean that this person is a masculine. But what it does mean, whoever your twin was, depending on, you might can base it on your current relationship. Say that you're a male and you feel like women don't treat you right. Your partner don't listen to you. You don't understand why you're in love with somebody that you can't really communicate with. Okay, this will be bringing out the Emperor energy. It's just reminding you in the past life that this person was kind of more the dominant person in the relationship. Okay? Say that you was a woman and you dealing with a man. Okay? And you with him, but then this relationship make you check on, why do you truly love him when infidelity is a problem? Why are you really here? Is it because of the current trends of this day? Is it because of the time that I'm living in? Why am I with him? Am I with him because I know that he's my twin? Why am I really doing this? Is it, you know, could be the trending energy. And what you're feeling is the dominant energy of this person being a dominant figure at that point in time. And it could have been a dominant figure because they outlive you. So that means that they had more things that they had accomplished first. So it could be many ways that this person could have been a dominant one. Okay, but it was dominant. So then what we have here that came out is the 5 of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. Okay, meaning that y'all love could have been not based off of financial things. Y'all love could have been based off of financial things. In this lifetime that y'all had, it wasn't unconditional love. Y'all was in love under a traditional foundation that laid laws in that current time that y'all was living in. Okay, what year or era could that be in? Anyone, even the one we living in now, even have some. You feel what I hope y'all understand what I'm trying to say. Every one of them got traditions, whether it's about you choosing to want somebody by their character, their physical characteristics, whether you choosing to want somebody by their DNA, whether you choosing to date somebody based on location, whether you choosing to date somebody based on an app, whether you choosing to date the person on whether the app costs money. There's always foundational rules. But this is letting you know that this was not a pure love. Okay? With the King of Pentacles and the 5 of Pentacles, it won't pure love. Then it could also indicate the one that I'm channeling for, that also you could go back to also the Emperor, because that was the previous cards. You left first. Okay? Maybe you did want this person, but this person found love after you. And when this person found this type of love, it overrides your love. So that will bring in also bases of unconditional love to come in. Not saying what y'all didn't have wasn't something that didn't hold meaning or anything with the King of Pentacles here. You know what I'm saying? With the King of Pentacles, it's not saying that. It's saying that it was no longer unconditional. It became conditional because they might have remarried. And they experienced a different type of love. So it's almost like in your current relationship, if this activation energy is going on, it could bring out those questions of why am I with this person? Why is this? Why is that? Because it's almost like maybe you had the chat that you wanted that person back. And maybe that they given that person an opportunity to see whether the other relationship was really more meaningful, which could cause infidelity in the current lifetime compared to this one. Because it's like your subconscious and your ego holds more of this. Your Akash records, this is your Akash records. You living in a conscious world is you self-discovering this information. So it's not like you're really consciously aware of it. But you are consciously aware of what you experience in your normal relationship. And this could be the things that bind. This would be the things that cord cutting would never do anything about. The only thing cord cutting does is really put knots in a line and put obstacles and, just and make more creative pathways for information to come through. That's all it does. From my opinion. Okay? So, now let's get into the next cards. We have the Seven of Cups and we have the Two of Swords, which will be going back to what I was saying. The Seven of Cups is showing that this other person found a little bit of love. So, yeah, okay, what y'all going through right now is, okay, say the Two of Swords is almost like standing into a baby judgment day, a baby conscious awareness, a baby hangman energy, having life obstacles or feeling depressed and trying to figure out who you are. Like this Two of Swords is just what it is. It's very indecisive. With the Seven of Cups, it's making it over indecisive, which is great at the same time because this is a day reading. This is not a real pure individual. This is a day reading. So, on one aspect of channeling in, the Two of Swords and the Seven of Cups is good. Now, for me to go through, I'm going to go through the Seven of Cups, but it's going to still leave information that's so clear with the Two of Swords, okay? When I'm breaking down and connecting this. So, it's almost like, okay, say in this lifetime you with somebody on a man's behalf. I'm going to use Life Jennings theme song to bring in a man and a woman in this situation. What is it called? What would you do? I think it is. It could be another name, but I like it though. So on the man aspect, what would you do if a woman that you was really in love with got pregnant by another man? Or went behind your back and went to a sperm bank and got pregnant just to make you mad. Did something spiteful. They didn't even cheat, but they went to a sperm bank. But it's not your baby though. Okay, female. What about you? This baby is not yours. Didn't come from you. It came from them stepping out. What about if the girl did trick your man up? You know what I'm saying? And he got him all drunk and maybe they didn't have sex. But maybe she did beat it. Maybe she did do something to get some sperm and self-ejaculated. And it is your man's child. Okay? This could be in the 3D world. Now, far as how the records is spinning with the Seven of Cups, you're going through y'all channels. The main cup is going to be Neptune. These other 3 cups deal with Sagittarius. The other 3 cups deal with Capricorn. Okay? So, what am I trying to say? If this person fell in love and did have another kid, it's 2 worlds coming together. Maybe somewhere in that other relationship, okay, maybe when you might have lived another life without this person, it's bringing it to this point where Two Judgments, which is a Two of Swords, and a situation is here. So now the child is really the main prerogative. Everybody say, oh, kids is innocent in a relationship, but we don't actually really play them as innocent. But this could be why people say kids is innocent. Because this would be a situation to judge. Now, you said you really love this person. Okay, this person found a different love. Now, you might not remember the conversation, and maybe Neptune did tell you. Maybe you had the heart at that point in time, like people do now. If I die first, honey, it's okay if you move on. And now you're going through the real life experience, but it's not really the same real life experience. It's not. The child is the real one holding the whole real life experience. You said it was okay for that person to move on, but I know it's not okay because it's this lifetime. But then at the same time, it brings in contradiction of how we worship the spirits, how we respect our religious belief, how we respect destiny, how we respect each other, how we want to make changes in the world, how we develop, and how we creative, and all of that kind of stuff. It's all connected as one. Even though if you put it on a conscious barrier, sometimes it just don't make sense, or you just don't want to accept it on both parties. So, say the dominant party, okay, lived another lifetime before y'all came together again in this lifetime. Maybe that other lifetime you did something. Maybe that other lifetime you came back with the last person that you do remember. And that relationship in that last lifetime made you say you didn't want to come back to them. So now it's kind of fixated. Now the last time y'all was together, this person said that it was okay for you to move on. You said, okay, I moved on and I found a different kind of love. And now when y'all living together in this lifetime, a different kind of love is something so obvious. Two people coming together to form a being. Two different people coming together to form a being. But the way that it got formed is where the problem is at, which is still mimic as above, so below, because at the same time, y'all past lives also made that development possible to be creative in your design. So, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. I don't feel like going into everything else. It was, it's so interesting and I like it, but this was just to let people know about the natal reading, okay, and how you could utilize the natal reading, what it's good for, how it relates to a twin flame, and asking questions. I hope y'all enjoyed this for what it was worth. Until the next time, y'all stay positive and be safe.